The Build Your Better Boat podcast is sponsored by Anchor. It's the easiest way to make a podcast. If you haven't heard about them, check them out. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go ahead and download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Download that Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. All content and media on this podcast is created and published online for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice and should not be relied on as health or personal advice. Yo, what's up? It's Rob Brubaker, founder and creator of Build Your Better Boat podcast. What's better than fitness, health, nutrition, mind-boggling lifestyle changes, and, I don't know, maybe a little bit of comedy. This is what Build Your Better Boat podcast is about. So come on out and listen up to the hottest boat in town. Yeah, that would be me. I'm kind of like a cigarette boat because I'm super fast, I'm hot, I'm sexy, and kind of like what everybody wants on the lake. But in actuality, I'm not really that fast. I run pretty slow, and I'm actually not all that sexy. But I think I'm a cigarette boat. Anyways, tune in, listen up, and enjoy. What's up, BYBB beers? It's Rob Brubaker, creator, developer of Build Your Better Boat podcast, or AKA Captain Rob. So I'm on the way to the dentist today, this morning for a cleaning, and I really don't like going to the dentist. I don't know about you guys, but it's like the same damn song and dance every time I go in there. Like, I walk in and, like, first of all, why do the dentists act like they're happy to see you? Because, like, they know they're about to just rip your ass for, like, pure hygiene, right? Like, they come in, they act like, and they're like, how you been? Like, what's going on? And then 30 seconds into the cleaning, they're like, have you been doing your daily brushing? And I'm like, seriously? For real? Like, you're asking a grown-ass man if I brush my teeth. Like, yeah, I do. I do brush them. I brush them in the morning, and I brush them at night, okay? Now, my bristles might not be getting circular up in the gum line like you tell me to do, but I take the toothbrush, I put toothpaste on it, and I put it in my mouth, okay? I do that. And then they're like, okay. Like, you know, I walk into the dentist defensive, like mad, ready to, like, fight the hygienist, you know? And then they, like, start doing the cleaning, and they're like, ooh, the gums are a little irritated today. And I'm like, yeah, they're always irritated. You tell me that every single time I come in here. So, like, not only the gums irritated, but I'm irritated. So, and then why do they have to tell you that stuff? Like, why do they have to, like, just ruin your day right off the bat? You know, like, how hard would it be to be like, you know, hey, you're doing a lot better than you were last time, right? Or, you know, the gums seem pretty good today. I don't know, maybe your guys' dentist appointment is different. I don't know, but it seems like for me, they have like this personal, you know, thing against me and my gums. But then, you know, then the next thing is they're like, have you been flossing? I'm like, listen, okay, like pull up the file, go to your little computer, like, yes, I floss, okay? Like, I don't know why we have to ask this every single time I go in there. Like, I do floss. I brush my teeth and I floss. I'm going to start going in there with a t-shirt. Like, I'm going to wear a t-shirt that says, I floss, I brush my teeth and floss. And that way, maybe they won't ask me. So, as you can tell, I'm a little on edge as I'm on my way to the dentist. Just, you know, it's one of those things that no one looks forward to twice a year. And now oh man, speaking of that, I don't know if I have my mask. Now the worst part about it is that now I gotta go wear a mask. I gotta wear a mask to get in there. First of all, I don't know how that's supposed to work. Like, I guess I wear the mask, and then when I get in there, they're gonna make me take the mask off so they can look in my mouth. I don't know. I'm just frustrated with all this. Anyways, I hope you guys all had a fantastic weekend. I know I did. Got a lot done. Got a lot of workouts in. I did a 10 miler on Saturday. That was a long run that I have not done in a while. But I felt great. I really did. Like, I don't know if it's been like my nutrition and everything's been on point. And so, you know, the legs felt great. The recovery felt great. There's no sore muscles. It was just a really, really good run. The weather conditions were perfect. I think that's too, like, a huge aspect of getting in a good workout or a run, especially if you're an outdoor type workouter. The conditions, right? Whether it's hot, humid, or dewy. Something that Annie Prusha taught me was that if you're a runner, you need to check the dew point. The higher the dew point, the harder your run's going to be. It's not always about the temperature. I'm going to drink some of my coffee here. So, but yeah, I felt awesome. I felt great. I bounced back on Sunday with a 4.5 miler run. That felt really good. I felt stronger on Sunday than I did on Saturday, which is weird. I don't know. Maybe it was the dew point. Or it could just be, I don't know. I don't know why, but I did. I felt stronger. It could be the shorter distance, maybe, you know, ding, 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 ding. Sometimes the answer's right in front of us. And then after that, we did a little family fun run, a 1 miler. Kudos to Annie again. She's the superstar of this podcast. Her and her family does a 1 mile run every Sunday before church. And so we decided to embrace that and get that in. That was a shit show, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we get going and you know, we have this brilliant idea that a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old are gonna want to run a mile, and like that just doesn't happen. I mean, Ryan was complaining before it even started. It was like, what? Like, we were like, hey, we're going to go on a family run. And Ryan's like, a family what? Like, first of all, he was shocked that we're trying to do something as a family, you know, that's a whole nother story for a different day. But then he's like, a family run? We're like, yeah, so we're going to get together as a family. We're going to all go outside and we're going to run 1 mile and enjoy it together. And I mean, the look that he gave us was just like, who are you? And why are you going to make me run a mile with you? Now, Kyle, the 2-year-old, was like, yeah, let's do it! Like, and that just shows you how, like, not smart he is yet. Because he doesn't understand that that's not really a fun thing to do. So why do we call it a fun run? I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, so we did it, and it was interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Brian started off sprinting for about 30 seconds and then got tired. And Kyle just kind of paced himself, was running. I think the best way to describe it was a shit show. It was definitely a shit show. But we finished. We finished the 1 mile fun run. And so that was good. That was fun. I think our pace was, it was like 16 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'm pretty sure some people could crawl quicker than that. But it was our mile, and we got it done. And we're going to do it next Sunday, and our goal is to beat 16 minutes and 30 seconds. It was something like that. 16, 30 seconds, 46 seconds, I don't know. But I think that brings up a good topic to kind of start the morning off with, and that is, how do you incorporate or encourage our kids, our youth, to engage in activity, and specifically with the restraints of COVID-19 that are going on right now. I know my son loves soccer. He's a big soccer player. Loves it. Loves soccer. We'll play soccer all day, every day. So he goes to soccer practice once a week right now, and they have to social distance. They have to, they're not allowed to scrimmage. And it's a skills workout, right? And so the kids you can see the kids losing interest because they want to play. Like, they want to play and compete and pass and score goals. And, that's what being a kid and playing sports is about. And right now they're just focusing on the technical stuff, which is awesome because that's only going to make them better players in the long run. But as a 7-year-old, that's an extremely tough topic to understand, and that's a concern. So you can see the kids' level of engagement going down in sports, and that's not a good thing. But it is what it is. It's where we're at right now, and I'm hoping that we get out of it sooner than later. So how do we engage our kids? How do we get them off these? These kids are known as the iPad generation, and the kids that want to be stuck inside, and that they're stuck on video games, stuck on iPads, stuck on their phones if they have phones. If your kids are a little bit older, and how do we get them outside? How do we get them moving? How do we get them physically active and fit, eating healthier? So, that's why I think Annie created this family fun run, was to get her son Marcus out and running and involved and get it a family event. And we've adopted it. And although it was, like I said before, a shit show, it also was fun, and it got them moving, and they were tired. Like running a mile for a kid is way different than like their short sprints that they do when they're out playing, right? Because a kid rarely ever runs for more than 20, 30 seconds. If you think about it, when they're out playing, like they'll sprint and then they stop. They'll sprint and they stop. So their bodies aren't trained to do like a mile run. So it uses different muscles, it uses different, different, I guess, lung capacity, I don't know. Whatever, it's just different. Just believe me, it's different. So, and I also know that, like, one of my good friends and fellow neighbor, Scotty Wells, he has his son who is going into kindergarten. He has him do like burpees with them, and they do burpees in the garage, and it's one of the coolest things you've ever seen in your entire life, is watching Wes Wells do burpees. Because he'll do like 2, and then he'll say, how many more? And Scotty will be like, keep going. And then he'll count them out, and he'll do like 2 more, and then he's like, how many more? And, but it's just like, it's awesome. I have a friend down in Florida, Tim Peterson, who is a father of, I believe, 24 kids. No, I'm just kidding. I think, I do think he has 6 kids, though. He used to be my next door neighbor, and I often wondered what was wrong with him to have that many kids. But he's a great father. And he's adopted he calls it a fun run, too. It's a 3.1 mile run down in Florida, and he grabs a couple of his kids with him. And his philosophy is that for him, it's not about the exercise, it's about the memories, making memories with his kids and getting them out moving with him. So, I think it's one of those things that we can incorporate our healthy lifestyles more with our kids than we do it sometimes. I think a lot of times play for them and play for us is so separated, right? So if you think about it, like when you go out and you're seriously working out or you're seriously going for a run, like you don't want your kid there, right? Because it's having your kid with you is a job. I mean, you're a parent. You have to be a parent. So we try and separate that time from our children to do our own workouts because mentally we need that. We need a break. And working out is a healthy break from your kids. Like that is a very healthy avenue to take a break from your kid. And so I'm not trying to discourage that because I think that is so important. However, I do feel that we can incorporate our play with our kids' play a little bit more. And what I mean by that is, like, let's say you're going to go out and you run 7 miles, right? Why not, like, do a little quarter-mile warm-up with your kid before you go out, right? Just get them used to the process of, like, waking up, stretching, like, going on a run, hydrating afterwards, taking care of their body, post-stretching. Like, there's so many things that we can teach our kids about fitness and exercise that a lot of times we don't. And so that's one thing that I'm going to try and do more with my lifestyle changes that I'm making, is to incorporate, more and more, get them incorporated more and more with our workouts. Now, with Tyler's, like Kyle, I used to do these things with him, where I'd, like, grab him under the armpits and do, like, lift him up and down. It was a great shoulder exercise, and he got a lot of fun out of it, being lifted up, and he's smiling, laughing. So I know there's a lot, if you go out on the web, there's a lot of, like, mommy and me type workouts, yoga, stretching where you can get your kids involved. My wife at times does these beach body workouts, and both boys like to get next to her and do the things that, they're doing on the TV, whether it's sit-ups or push-ups or stretches, all sorts of things. So there's multiple ways to engage our kids in a healthy lifestyle at a younger age. It's interesting because everything we teach our kids is a foundational level, and it's so important. The younger we teach it to them, the quicker they learn and the longer they adapt it, right? So potty training, right? We one of the first things we want to do is teach our kids to not go to the bathroom in a diaper. Reading. The earlier you get your child reading, supposedly the more successful they'll be as a reader. The more they read, the smarter they'll be. They'll get better grades, which will get them into a college, and they'll get a better job. The English language, like think about how quickly we teach our children the language. You know, the first thing, we get super excited when they say ball or hi or mom or dad, and then we encourage that and we reinforce it. And as a society, I just don't think that we are doing that enough when it comes to fitness and exercise. So I'm interested to hear, you know, some of your thoughts on how you incorporate fitness and lifestyle into your child's day routine. However, there is a spot on the podcast where you can send me a voice message, and so you can upload that voice message, and then I'll receive it, and then I can actually hear some of the things, some of the responses that you all are, you know, encouraging your children to do. And then I believe there's a way for me to possibly share some of those voice messages in future podcasts. Now, I'm like super new to this whole podcasting thing, so bear with me. I'm sure that the recordings aren't going to sound great because I'm not using an official podcast mic. I'm using my phone or my laptop. And another thing is that I'm still learning how to navigate. I'm still learning how to cut, edit, add things in, all that fun stuff. So, bear with me, if you will. But please support the podcast, and also please send me messages, because then I know people are listening. And you know, the point of a podcast is to get people to listen. So, go ahead and do that. Another topic that I wanted to talk about this morning is, you know, the decision to make a lifestyle change. And, you know, the amount of time, the amount of dedication, the amount of thought, the process that's put together to do that can feel so overwhelming. And I think that's what discourages a lot of people from actually, you know, doing that, right? Like, you hear people say all the time, they'll set like a start date, right? Like, they'll say, okay, if it's on Friday, if they're on Saturday and they're having drinks and they're eating food, they'll say, I'm going to start on Monday. It's like, okay, great, that's awesome, fantastic. Or once you get to like December, right, and you're in the midst of the holiday season and you're at office parties and you're drinking more than you typically do because it's the holidays and that's what you're supposed to do, and you're eating cookies because everyone's baking cookies, or you have Thanksgiving, so that you eat a lot of Thanksgiving, and that just carries into December, and then December you have Christmas and all sorts of stuff, right? So you hear people say, I'm going to start January 1st. I'm going to start January 1st. That's when I'm going to start, okay? And those are all part of the process. Like, mentally getting your helm, which, again, as a reminder, a helm is your mind. The helm is the most important part on your boat. Because the helm actually controls the boat and steers the boat. So on your boat, your body, your helm is your mind. And to pick a start date, it's a mental thing for you, right? It's okay, I'm giving myself a cushion to continue this unhealthy lifestyle, and then I'm going to start on January 1st. Or I'm going to start on Monday, right? And I think we're all guilty. How many of you, raise your hand if you have said, I am going to start on Monday. And how many times have you said that? Probably thousands, right? Now, I can't see your hands up in the air. However, I can imagine that there's a lot of them up in the air right now, because I'm picturing you listening to the podcast with your earbuds in and like both your hands up in the air. Like, throw my hands up in the air, wave them like I just don't care. Like, there's probably so many damn hands up in the air, like there's a freaking virtual party going on. Like, people are raising the roof up, like right now, left and right, with probably like all 2 of the people that will listen to this. That's a whole nother topic, man. I gotta grow this podcast, right? But I guess it's gonna take more than one episode. Alright, so we've all said it, we've all done it, we've all picked that start date. My question to you all is why wait? Like, why wait? And the reason you're waiting is because you're not ready. You're not mentally ready. And if you're not mentally ready now, what makes you think you're going to be mentally ready on January 1st? I don't think there's anything wrong with picking a start date. I really don't. I think it's important, but I think that you have to be realistic with yourself and realize that if you're not ready now, what changes are you going to make from now until your start date that, you know, are going to be long lasting and lifestyle? And if you can sit back and honestly ask yourself, what changes am I going to make from now until my start date? Right? Because you need to start, although your start date may not be till January 1st, you got to start building that helm right now. And you got to make changes now, from now until your start date. Now, some people will be like, forget it, I'm starting right now, I'm starting today. Rob Brubaker, you're motivating me so much, like I am putting the fork down today. I'm going to go through my cabinet and I'm going to throw away all my food. I'm taking all the forks out of my house so I can't even eat. Just kidding. Eat. You definitely want to eat healthy. Put the fork down. That's a shout out to Beth Halderman. That's one of her terms and sayings. She's always like, she always tells herself, put the fork down, Beth. Like when she feels like she's eating too much. So I cannot take credit to that. So credit is given where credit is due. So from this podcast today, here's your takeaway. Because I'm getting close to the dentist and I'm going to have to go in there and figure out why they pretend to be so nice when all they want to do is rip my ass about my hygiene. Your ask for today is, are you serious about making a change? Like, and I'm not trying, this isn't tough love, this isn't whatever, but like, are you serious? Because if you're telling yourself and you're not truly serious, it's not going to work. So if you're serious about making a lifestyle change today, I want you to get out a piece of paper and I want you to write down a list of your whys. Why are you making this lifestyle change? And you're going to say, I want to lose 50 pounds or 10 pounds, whatever it is. And I want you to dig deep into that why. So if your why is to lose 50 pounds, why do you want to lose 50 pounds? Well, like literally, like think about it. Why do you want to lose 50 pounds? Some people, it might be that they want a six-pack. Other people, it might be that they want to lower their blood pressure. Or they want to control their type 2 diabetes. Or they want to be able to get on the floor and play with their grandchildren because their knees hurt so bad that they haven't been able to do that. Or that they want to be able to play golf when they're 80. Or they want to go run a half marathon. Or they want to run an Ironman one day. Like, that's one of my whys. I want to run an Ironman one day. So, you you got to dig deep into your whys. You can't just say, I want to lose 50 pounds. Because if you want to lose 50 pounds and you don't understand why you want to lose 50 pounds, it's not going to work. So do that. Go out and write down your whys today. Put it on your fridge. Take a picture of it with your phone. Screenshot it. Make it your screensaver. Write it on your bathroom mirror. Plaster it all over the place. Write down your whys. Pick a start date. Build your better boat. Much love. Ride the waves that come along. And check out our Facebook group. It's Build Your Better Boat. I believe it's Facebook groups /BYBB, the number 1 / or backslash. I don't know. No, backslash is what you put behind your counter. Wait, / backslash. I don't know. Just go to Facebook, search groups, Build Your Better Boat, Rob Brubaker. Join us. Peace. Have a great day.